19th of November, a day set aside to commemorate World Toilets Day and raise awareness of the 4.2 billion people living without access to safely managed sanitation globally. This year, the World Toilet Day 2020 has its theme as Sustainable Sanitation and Climate Change. And with that said, how many people are aware of the dangers of lack of toilets, proper sanitation and personal hygiene? Nigeria has an extremely high rate of open defecation and an equally low sanitation of our water as a result of pollution. So, what are the dangers that lays wait? Some Nigerians share their views in this interview, and the equally charged government, corporate bodies, and even the citizens on knowing their various roles in the push towards attaining a green and cleaner world. In the midst of COVID-19 pandemic and other outbreaks like cholera and typhoid witnessed in some parts of the world, it is extremely important to know that our safety is in our hands. And as we strive towards attaining a healthier world, let us ensure to play our part by imbibing the culture of sanitation, efficient recycling of human waste when necessary, the usage of goods and clean toilets, and also providing one where absent and extremely necessary.
Yeah, World Toilet Day is about public awareness, creating awareness for those that defecate publicly to kind of cause pandemics. Because we have, for instance, most of the things that happen like cholera and other diseases that people have been contacting is through all this open defecation. Maybe, for instance, you see in most of our bridges, under the bridges around, you see people urinate on most places. Some places there are feces all over. So these things is a way of kind of making people to be aware that public defecation is a risk to human health.
What's your name? My name is Rashida. So I feel this stuff's going on in the society now about people defecating on the road, defecating, all those stuff. Yeah. All we just have to do is our government, they should just help us, and they should create more public toilets for passers-by to, in case of any maybe hookups or something like that. So,
I think the main reason why people do it is because probably they are in a haste, or probably the toilets are too far. But I'm very sure there are toilets around, because there was a time I had that same experience myself, that I was pressed. It was even around here. I had to ask someone for toilet, and they showed me which was just 15 naira. So it is cheap. They are always for toilets, but most times people don't really know. Do you get? People don't really know about the toilet. They are not like how I put it. They are not like signs and for toilets and all that. So I think that's one of the major problems.
When we see people doing it in public places, is it that there are shortages of toilet or something? And what is your advice?
It is not shortage of toilet. It's not. It is not. It is probably it's personal, because like me, I cannot poo in a public place. Did you understand? So I think the advice you guys can give is probably put more signals out there that okay, there is toilets in this place, there's toilets here, and that might just work.
Public defecation is something that is very not very sound well to see, or it's very bad. Really based that I don't want to blame the government as much sometimes. When I look at it, the government tries to try their best, but sometimes individuals have to take their own personal responsibility. First, for instance, along Ikeja, sometimes that you are passing, you'll be hearing some kind of defecations, which is not really healthy for one to perceive. But at the end of the day, people are there still making sales. Instead of then taking very responsibility to ascertain that that place is well kept, and there should be a monitor. Where I will go back to the government is that the government has the power to do and undo for everything. They have the resources to put in place to make sure that this kind of place is being.
And I think because of it is because there are shortage of toilets around, and someone can be pressed and want to use the restroom, and then there is no good system and the person just have to do it there. But it's really bad, and I think government should provide more of public toilets for people around outside.